we have to step outside. Now, I have not been outside in at least a month. I have my anti-coronavirus gun with me, just in case anyone approaches, but let's get to this. Oh man, what idiot parked behind me? They knew I was doing a video today. Look at those rims though, they're looking good. Welcome back. Looking back at the car, this being a 2018 model year, it's actually the last year of the Ford Focus being sold in America. They still make another model, a refreshed model, but it's only sold in Europe because, I don't know, Americans are being weird on only buying big ugly crossovers right now. This is the in-between model. So you have the base model, like the Titanium, the SC, and all of that stuff. Then you have the ST, which is the sportier version. Then you have the Ford Focus RS, which is the top of the line, all-wheel drive, 350 horsepower car. This is probably the best daily driver, as it has actually a lot of performance, and it's a lot more drivable more often as a car. So let's take a look at the engine. I'll pop the hood here. All right, so in this car, we got the 2-liter, 4-cylinder, turbocharged engine, 250 horsepower, 270 foot-pounds of torque, which is actually quite a lot, especially considering that this car is front-wheel drive. Coming around looking at the side of this car, you can see some of the things that differentiate it from the boring normal Focus, like these really cool low-profile 5-spoke wheels here. These are actually part of the 3ST version, which this is. It's the top-of-the-line ST model you can get, along with the red brake calipers, which I think look really good, especially tying into the red ST badges on it. We also have these ST mud flaps put in. These actually weren't factory, but they were bought and we put them on because it kind of goes back to the car's rally roots, and I think it looks really cool, especially with the ST logo on them. They are actually the only one we could find that said ST on it. Another key feature to tell if you're looking at a normal Focus or an ST model is this wing you get on the back. It's actually got airflow through it. It's not as big as the RS wing, but I think it definitely makes the car look a lot cooler. And when I had my Focus, I actually considered buying one of these to put it on, but I never got around to it. Also in the back, you can see the center exhaust. I'm not sure if it's dual or not, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of dual/one exhaust, but definitely a neat touch and ties in really well with the whole rest of the car. Something cool on here, you can see the ST badge set off center. Like I said, red to match the calipers. And you have just a different shape to the front, like these extended parts here. Give it a more sporty feel to it. All right, join me in the back seat. So, one of the cool things about the Focus that separates it from other sports cars is that it's still usable as a normal car. This is a sporty version of what is essentially a mass-produced normal car you can use. So, we have 3-row seating in the back, plenty of space in here. These fold down, you know, we've got cup holders and stuff. And actually really nice leather everywhere. That's also included in the 3ST package, like I was talking about. We got some nice stitching, plenty of room, especially considering this isn't really that big of a car. Like, I can sit fine back here. Pretty awesome. So, joining me in the front, this car is actually quite full of luxury features. Now, it may not be on the level of my Dart, but it is pretty darn good. You can see in the seats, one of my favorite touches is the red ST logo, sort of stitched in there. It looks really awesome, especially with these custom Recaro seats that only come on the ST and RS models. In the normal Focus, you don't get them. They have the huge side bolsters when you're pulling G's, and they kind of squeeze you in really nice so you don't slide everywhere. Now, I have no problem fitting in these seats. I think some people have complained about it, but I mean, for me, I fit just fine in them. And a really cool thing about all the Focus ST and RS models, stick shift. That's right, 6-speed, 3-pedal stick shift. If you can't tell, my family quite likes stick shift cars, as I think all of them we've reviewed so far have been stick. But this is one of my favorite transmissions I've driven. The clutch is so different from the Dart, but in a good way. It's super, I wouldn't say it's super short, but it's short. It kind of catches at a good point. It's great to drive. We got a whole bunch of good stuff in here. We got heated steering wheel, which is pretty awesome. Heated seats, all of this stuff, you know, ST on the steering wheel. It's just a really cool place. And you know what the best thing of this car is? Turbo gauge! Check it out. We have a gauge that shows how much turbo boost we're making at any given point. It's super awesome, and if I had a turbo, I would want that in my car. I don't even have a turbo, and I want that in my car. Let's take it for a drive. Got a pretty cool backup camera in here. It actually shows with the lines where you're turning, which is pretty handy. And we're off. So another cool thing about this interior I didn't mention before is actually all of the carbon fiber they've put everywhere. If you look at the shifter, the door handle, the handbrake, it all has carbon fiber on it, which makes it look really cool. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love the look of carbon fiber. I think it's just a really cool thing. So a sad thing about the ST name is that Ford is now using it on their crossover things, like the Edge ST, and I think they have another ST too, which I don't even know about. It's sad because the ST name, like the Fiesta ST and this, the Focus ST, it's like sporty little cars, you know, and a crossover is just everything that's not sporty, and it's sad to see. I think they're abusing the ST name, but you know, they also made the Ford Mustang Mach-E, so I don't know what Ford's doing right now, honestly. I love this thing. It's one of our first sporty modern cars that we've bought. Obviously, you've seen our video on our Corvette and our Trans Am, and if you have not, what are you doing? You're quarantined right now. You better go watch them. You got nothing better to do. But this is a modern performance car, basically. I mean, 270 horsepower in a hatchback. It's pretty insane. It's you know, it doesn't sound like that much in today's world of 300, 400, 500, 600 horsepower cars that are affordable, but it's quite a lot, and especially when you get the turbo spooling and stuff, it's great. And this car doesn't struggle from a lot of small displacement turbo engines suffer from turbo lag and whatnot. It makes good torque, and it makes good torque kind of everywhere. I mean, I'm no expert, and I'm not, you know, like a race car driver, but from just a driving standpoint, there's no turbo lag. You don't have to rev it to redline to get all the power. It pulls. I mean, this thing will torque steer like no tomorrow, but and nothing, you know, not manageable. But it's a fast car. We'll wait till we get to some open roads. We'll open it up a little bit. Another cool thing is, you know, tying into how sort of dailyable this car is. The suspension is pretty stiff, but from what I've heard, it's nowhere near what the Focus RS is as far as stiffness. Now, I'm sure that car is just a monster with 350 horsepower, all-wheel drive. I love that car. But as far as daily purposes, which is what we use this car for, I think it's right the Goldilocks car. It's like right where you need it to be. It's stiff, yeah, but it shows in the corners. I mean, this is probably the best handling car that I've driven. It grips like crazy. The acceleration is strong, but the main thing this car does is grip around corners. It's super good. If only we had a G-force meter. There's something so satisfying about actually seeing your turbo make boost. What you heard there probably on the audio is actually there's a valve that opens up to get more air into the engine, and it makes it louder. So it's kind of quiet now, but when you give it some gas, it gets pretty loud. It's a neat feature. I think it's cool. Another thing this car has that you probably can't see in here is it actually has ambient lighting, which you can tune to whatever color you want. Another really cool thing. I had red lights aftermarket put in my Dart, and they look awesome. But to have, you know, lighting in the footwell and stuff, I think we have it set to blue or red right now. I'm not sure, but it's not quite dark enough to see it yet. Woo! Second gear pull. car makers. Where's it at? It makes any car fun, unless it's a K car. So as you probably heard, it is front wheel drive. You'll spin them pretty good, but again, straight line speed's good, but the cornering is where it's just insane. Here we go. Sorry, Dad, I'm burning your gas mileage right now. Not that it's driving everywhere. All of our cars really have been staying home, except Alan, who still drives out to the shop. Cobalt's getting miles. Leave a like if you want to see a video on the Cobalt. Raindrops sensing windshield wipers. Unfortunately, this car does not have it, probably for weight savings and whatnot. But man, that was such a cool feature. Taking the scenic route. Here we go. Twisty roads. You guys like my new test track? It wasn't that good today because we got stuck behind cyclists and minivans, but you were at the good part. Let's test out this car's outstanding handling, which I've been talking up this whole time. Woohoo! I mean, it's just so flat through corners, man. I would love to take this thing to a racetrack. Look at that. Easy. Check this out. Woo! Yeah! Over the bump. Lord. Oh, turtle! Oh, man, this car's fun. There's not enough corners around here. This car does come with summer tires, though we actually have it on all seasons right now because we're just coming out of winter. And ask our local mechanic, these tires are a pain to get off. They're the low profile, and he hates changing the tires on these. But it does come with summer tires in case you want them. I think that's all STs. I'm not sure if that's a 3ST package or not. I'm not sure. Another really cool thing about this car that I love, flat bottom steering wheel. I didn't bring that up earlier. It's really cool, and you can tell when you're steering, it helps you just, you know where it is and everything. Plus, it gives you more foot room. It's just a cool thing. We got a bunch of buttons on here. I mean, just your basic stuff. Control through the screens, cruise control, you know. It's fun. This car's great. Plenty fast for the road. I'll tell you what, I can't imagine how fast the RS is. Interesting thing, guys. My dad is thinking about twin white stripes for this car. Like sort of race stripes. What do you guys think? Do you want white stripes or black stripes? I think white stripes would look pretty cool. But I don't know, we'll have to see. Probably not gonna happen, but I mean, it's something to think about. I think this color looks good without stripes, personally. Look at that door. Look at those stripes. I plasti-dipped the wheels in case you didn't pick up on that earlier. I think it looks epic. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in about my dad's Ford Focus ST. Back when manual is fun, hatchbacks are better than crossovers, and Ford, you need to stop putting the ST badge on things that don't deserve it. Thanks for watching, guys. How do you open this thing? Oh, it's over here. Why would you do that? Are you gonna sit in here? Or are you gonna film me from there? Okay. All right, let's go up to the front. Terrible things happen. We got a bicyclist and a Honda. Which is worse? The world will never know. Pulling up to the sunset. Look at that view. Oh, there's a house in the way. Look at the puppy. I've seen so many dogs out today.